Why not? Why not? Okay, so we can take a little gander. See what's up, right? So, do you want me to read it all out loud? I could. The Diablo 4 team has been diligently monitoring your feedback as we introduce patches to keep your experience in Sanctuary smooth. Update list below. Okay, whatever. So this is the new stuff, okay? And this is in today, right? For more information on the Season of Malignance theme and offerings, look at that article. We can look at that in a second. So we've got new unique and legendary aspects. New unique items and legendary aspects have been discovered in Sanctuary. Use them to enhance your character in the Eternal or Seasonal realm. Okay, so the new uniques and stuff will be in both realms. So they'll be in the Eternal and the Seasonal. That's cool. That's cool. These unique items can be obtained from World Tier 4, and legendary aspects can be obtained from any World Tier. Okay, so it's the unique items. So we have one. Varion Spear of Lycander is an uber unique staff. Another uber unique? Okay. You gain a random shrine effect for 10 to 20 seconds after killing an elite enemy. Wow. Can only occur once every 30 seconds. Okay. It's like a baby headhunter. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Azure Wrath. So we remember Azure Wrath from Diablo 3. Remember that? Yeah, it'll always say VOD replay if it's a VOD replay. That's the secret. But outside of drop time, I don't think I'll be using VODs very much. Maybe we'll have the family break times, have a VOD on for you guys for that, but yeah. Yeah. It's always like on screen, so just gotta use your eyeballs, and then you'll have that question answered for you. So on lucky hit, your core skills have a 20% chance to freeze enemies and deal damage to them. Okay. That's kind of what it was in D3. Cool. That's a barbarian special, and then there's general. So not everybody. Oh, it's an uber unique staff. Oh. Well, I don't think barbarians can use staves, right? Had fun with Hoda. I haven't played it yet. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Flesh Render for Druid. Debilitating Roar and Blood Howl deal some amount of damage to nearby poison enemies. Okay. Necromancer Lidless Wall. Remember this one too. Lucky hit. Whenever you have an active Bone Storm, hitting an enemy outside of a Bone Storm has a chance to spawn additional Bone Storm. Okay. Each of your active sacrifice bonuses increases the chance by 25%. Total additional Bone Storms you have by 1%. Oh, right, by 1. Okay. Some of this non-barbarian stuff is like whatever. Rogue Eagle Horn has a unique bow. So penetrating shot has a chance to fire an arrow that bounces off walls and scenery. That's cool. Hitting enemies from behind with penetrating shot make them vulnerable for 3 seconds. So if you like bounce a shot off the wall, that's pretty cool actually. Yeah. Adios Bajheera Barab nerf. Oh, those barbarians. Nah, barbarian would be fine. Things get buffed and nerfed all the time. If something gets nerfed, it rarely means that the class is just deleted from the game. However, that's what a lot of people will behave that way, because that's how you get views. Just freaking out about nothing. When I get to the barbarian nerfs, I'll take a peek and see what's going on. But if you think I'm not going to play barbarian, you just don't know me very well. That's okay. Welcome to the stream. Sorcerer gets an Oculus unique wand. Gain the effect of teleport enchantment for free. Okay, I don't know what that is. When you evade using teleport enchantment, you are taken to a random location. Okay. So Azure Wrath and Flesh Render uniques have flat damage effects, which scale with power. Okay, cool. Nice. So this freeze and this damage amount will be... So the freeze is whatever. I wonder if this is something that can roll and this is something that can roll. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. Looks like it doesn't roll, right? Looks like maybe this rolls. Or maybe there's just a range regardless, right? Probably. Whatever. So there's some new legendary aspects. Audacity. When there are at least 5 close enemies, stun them for 2 to 4 seconds. Okay. That's kind of nice. Then Craven. Mobility aspect. You gain increased movement speed when moving away from slow to... Ah! Gross. Making it so that people can kite better with their slows and chills. Ew. Gross. So barbarians get ancestral charge. Charge calls forth ancients who also charge. Okay. Subterranean for druids. Poison creepers active also cast landslide in a circle around you. And earth skills deal more damage to poison enemies. Cool. Necro gets gore quills. So blood lance will consume blood orbs to also conjure lances. All this is just like caster stuff. Makes no sense. Each additional blood lance deals some percentage of normal damage and prioritizes unlanced enemies. Okay. So rogues get every third cast of puncture is poison imbued with extra percentage of normal potency. Interesting. And Sork has Searing wards. After spending mana, your next firewall is free to cast and will destroy incoming small missiles. That's actually cool. Like a wall that eats projectiles. That's kind of neat, actually. So now we have bug fixes. What else? Is there like tuning? Okay. There's a lot of bug fixes. Improved accessibility stuff. Fix some stuff for challenges. Ah, nice. People can't get carried to the boss kill. The feat of strength, final slayer of the first mother, now requires you to slay the boss solo. Good. The silence is hellish challenge means. I don't know what that is. That's good. That's good. People can't just be running around with Lilith Slayer titles after getting carried. It's good. Local co-op, so you're like, that's like couch co-op. That's cool. I mean, whatever. Let's see. Dungeon fixes. Whatever. Gameplay, okay. Fix an issue where the number of enemies to defeat for Barbarian class quest Masters of Battle is not displayed, okay. Iron Maelstrom could be, oh my god. Fix an issue where Iron Maelstrom can be cast more than 3 times rapidly casting Warcry. Yo, we need to try that. That's actually too late now, but that would have been cool, just ripping him with Iron Maelstrom. Fix an issue of stacking Berserk Ripping, Skullbreaker, and Anemia aspects would allow the player to deal extreme amounts of damage. I told you guys. I told you there was something unintended there. Yep. I told you. Then Rob, like, demonstrated it. But Berserk Ripping, Skullbreaker, and Anemia, I was telling you, there's something going on with that. They fixed that one. And they fixed an issue where the outer edge of the Quakes, granted the Hammer of the Ancients by the aspect, was dealing far more damage than intended. Then we recognize this adjustment is a significant decrease in the Hammer of the Ancients Barbarian build, but we do not want this, or its strength to be reliant on underlying bug. Yep. I never really used the bug on purpose anyway, so it doesn't really affect my gameplay, but I'm glad that they fixed that, because that was troll. That was troll. This was a PvE thing. I tried to do it in PvP. It was not reliable, but it was awesome. It was awesome. So Druid, whatever, they fixed stuff with their abilities. Is there an issue with Bulwark? I need to know if there's something with Bulwark, or is it actually supposed to be that strong? Okay, let's see. I'm not looking to read all this stuff because I don't even know what's going on with the Druid. I'm not seeing anything to their shield, so maybe the shield is intentionally OP. Necro is just random Necro stuff. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Let's see about Rogue. Are they supposed to be able to mount up and reset their aspect still? Advanced penetrating shot would not knock down other players. Oh, so now they can knock you down, huh? Destination where twisting blades would not come back with the enemy killed. A bloated corpse enemy. Okay. Okay, so they're supposed to be able to get on their mount and just reset the cooldown of their dodge thing. Did it have anything? We're gonna read down there. I haven't seen anything in particular. They just fixed some bugs for Barbarian. Is that what people are freaking out about? They fixed the bugs? That's what you guys are getting mad about?
I can't bug my Hoda anymore.
Nobody did the bleed thing except some of us Giga Chad Renbarbs. Rob showed it off to the extreme, but I definitely noticed it when I was doing dungeons. It was cool. Definitely. Okay, mage stuff. Whatever. Let's see. General fixes. Whatever. Helltide, it feels a hatred. Okay. He could get one-shotted in town. Great. Enemies resurrected by shamans would drop cinders. Oh, okay. Fix an issue where chain lightning could infinitely bounce through the caster and other player characters standing in the fields of hatred town. Fix an issue where crackling energy could hit other players in a fields of hatred town. That's funny. Fix an issue where players could not see other players that they should when re-entering. Okay. Fix an issue in certain areas of fields of hatred would be incorrectly flagged as town, rendering players unable to cast skills. Oh, okay. Whatever. Bring up Starless Skies. I don't know. We ever found that ever? Fix an issue where Aspect of Pressure would trigger its barrier effect after destroying a breakable. I've noticed that too. Let's see. Fix an issue where Aspect Power would also increase when upgrading item with the Blacksmith. Oh, that wasn't intentional. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. Solid Mike, thank you so much for the full year, dude. Big flex for you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. Renbarb feels better than Hoda now? In what content? Now, I haven't seen any changes to Hoda's damage yet. All I've seen is that you can't accidentally one-shot people by bugging it anymore. I didn't use that in the first place. We're just bapping people anyway. So, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We're not done with the notes yet. Okay, sacred items will now cap at level 60. Oh, somebody told me there was an item level requirement. No, this is an item level cap. That's different. Okay. So let's see. General nerfs like vuln crit. Okay, I haven't gotten there yet. People will call it a bugged fix nerf. Yeah. I mean, it is technically making you weaker, but it's not like they just got nerfed. They got bug fixed. So, okay. We'll go down. We'll go down. What is that, Sank? Or strength on gear, interesting, okay. Take a peek at it. I mean, like, is that later on? Because... yeah, so I guess they already nerfed my strength because my armor is not 9200 anymore. Okay, so my guy just did get weaker, so okay, interesting. Now that I look at it. Okay. We did get a little bit weaker. It's gonna be harder to get the armor that we need now. We'll see, we'll see. Items of higher power than intended. We're talking from rare monsters. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Anything else? Okay. A lot of little random fixes. And Garrett, thanks so much for the Prime. Big flex for the 54 months, man. Holy crap. The thing is, crit damage was already nerfed in PvP, so again, if they nerf it outside of there, that's not really a huge deal. To me personally. I'm a PvP main now. I've done my time. But we'll see. We will see, we will see. Right, but what is that related to Sanct? Where did that come up? Okay. Interface and UI. Did they fix the issue where there's like a box on the map or on the game where my mouse wouldn't work? Let's see. various other stuff. Okay. Loading screen updates. Cool. Okay, so there's some gameplay updates. Is it better on computer PS5? I mean, just what do you want to play? Where do you want to play it? Like, which setup do you want to use? I think PC is usually better than anything else. But... So, Alter Lilith unlocks are now account-wide great. Map discoveries account-wide great. Whispers will no longer reward sigil dust. What are whispers again? Overall loot quality has been significantly improved for silent chests. Cool. The channel time for lead dungeon ability has been increased. Okay. We have generally reduced tendency for many monsters to move around in combat. So melee characters have to chase down their enemies. Oh, interesting. Okay. PS5 wireless controller. Okay. So, side quest renown reward values got buffed and dungeon reward values got buffed. Cool. Oh wow, the change is retroactive. The additional renown gain will be applied to characters who have already completed the side quests and dungeons. Cool. So World Tier 2 gives you more gold and drop 15% more items. Okay. We like where it had landed overall, but are increasing its reward pace to better align with the difficulty. Okay. Level scaling inside dungeons in most overworld territories has been adjusted in World Tiers 3 and 4. Monsters will begin to trail behind the player in level after a certain point. Where? Why? We want to give players a better sense of their power progression and mastery of the world while still challenging themselves. Yeah, well then why make the monsters weaker? I feel like getting your butt kicked when you went to the new tier level was kind of fun. Ah, that's right, the whispers from the tree, that's right. How you feel about the standard price tag being 70 bucks? I mean, that's kind of like what AAA studios are asking for their big games these days, isn't it? This is a fantastic game. Definitely worth 70 bucks to me, but yeah, I mean, so it's, you know, that's kind of like what they're trying to do these days. We've already put hundreds of hours into it. It's blast. Let's see. So if the player's level is below 55, it's 55. Oh. Aw, that's lame. Yeah, they're making the monsters a little bit weak sauce. That's whatever, though. That's whatever. Okay, so reward experience from completing Whispers in World Tiers 3 and 4 has been significantly increased. Cool. We have observed the experience bonus rewarded for killing high-level monsters escalates too fast compared to the relative challenge involved. Okay. This will reward players taking the challenge by encouraging them to participate in power leveling together instead of one player killing enemies and another member of their party with dungeon entrance. Okay. So we're adjusting bonus experience for killing monsters that are higher level than the player. So pre-season of the Malignant bonus is a ton. Post-season is a little more. Okay. We're also adjusting experience rewards for monster level offsets for higher world tiers. Okay, what? Ah, experience rewards? I'm trying to understand how this works. Whatever. Example, you're level 1, your friends bring you to World Tier 4 and leave you at the... Oh. Oh, this is like for power leveling stuff. Okay, whatever. We are looking to increase the danger and Helltide's risk-reward gameplay, making the monsters a bit more challenging, and the tortured gift of mysteries harder to open. Oh, wow, okay. Helltide monsters are now 3 levels higher instead of 2. I like that. Tortured gift of mysteries chests of 250 and from 175. Wow, okay. Okay, interesting. They nerfed them? Well, they're making them... I don't know. They're making them harder. You can still probably farm up enough, but yeah, it'll take a little longer, right? Yeah. Whatever. Okay, here we go. Balance updates. As our community continues to balance the burning hells, the builds emerging from new players have shocked and delighted us. We've chosen to focus Season of the Malignant's balance updates on clear itemization disparities over the redesigns of class features. Okay. The class changes are largely focused on numeric increases to skill upgrades and legendary aspects that players haven't yet found compelling. Additionally, we're changing critical strike damage Paragon glyphs to empower all damage out of core skills. Sounds good. To enable more build strategies. There are also a few class stat decreases on sources which grant extreme amounts of damage, healing, or unstoppable. In general, we prefer build-specific changes to be bonuses instead of decreases. But we feel these changes are necessary for the overhaul of the game. Okay. D4 is a game that continually evolving throughout the seasons. Those adjustments will evolve with them. Yeah, of course. Of course. Then XP, nerf XP in general? Yeah, we'll see. Okay, here we go. Barbarian. Here we go. So violent double swing. Vulnerable duration increased from 1 to 2. Double swing, big buffs. Furious upheaval damage bonus per stack increased to 5%. Big buffs. Power charge duration. Hold on. Power charge cooldown reduction is now capped to 3 targets for a maximum of 9 seconds of cooldown reduction. Power charge cooldown reduction. Okay, so I never used charge anyway. Tactical ground stomp gives you a bunch more fury now. That's nice. Big damage on death blow against bosses. Steel grasp vuln goes up to 3 seconds. Enhanced rupture damage went from 30 to 45%. Okay, rupture's back. Warrior's rupture attack speed bonus. Okay, so rupture actually is back. Look at that. 30% attack speed for 5 seconds. And so they're really wanting to buff rupture. I might have to give it a try. We'll see. Druid appears really good PvP. Yeah, they are. They were before though. Yeah. Okay. So hamstring now only slows healthy enemies, and the slow amount increased from 10, 20, 30 to the 20, 40, 60. And then cut to the bone damage bonus to vulnerable, reduced a little bit to 5, 10, 15. Okay. That's whatever.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
That's alright.
Greetings. Hello.
So Wrath.
Hello.
Okay. Are
Greetings.
you gonna troll me? Gotta go.
Brutal. I love.
Gotta go, bro. I'll be back to farm you here in a moment. Alright? I'll be back to farm you in a bit. They ruined the game. That's the attitude, bro. That's what's gonna get you the YouTube views. That's what you need right there, man. That's the attitude we need. That'll probably be fine. This doesn't look too bad. A couple nerfs here and there. You know, that's not the attitude, man. The real attitude is they ruined the game. That's what you need. That's what you need. Keep it up. I got a thing or two to learn from you, bro. Let me tell you. So Wrath's glyph bonus now affects all damage that are just core skills. Okay. Relentless Berserker's aspect. Berserking duration increased from 1 to 2 seconds. Okay. Battle Mad aspect berserking duration increase. So double swing with a bunch of berserking is a little bit buffed. That's cool. Brawler's aspect damage increase. So I never used that. Aspect of burning rage damage. Never used that. Aspect of iron. They buffed Iron Warrior again? Holy crap. 18 to 28%. Nice. Slaking. Lucky hit chance increased 30 to 50 to 40 to 60. I'm pretty sure slaking is the one that spreads your CC, right? Aspect of ancestral echoes. Lucky hit chance increased from 40 to 50 to 50 60. I'll figure what that one is. Weapon aspect thingo is that. Okay. Gores now explodes every 2 seconds or after it ends, and its hit cap has been removed. Interesting. And Fields of Crimson's bleeding damage bonus increased from 10 to 15. They really are trying to buff Rupture. For real. They really do. Gotta make the YouTube video titled D4 is dying. Yeah. This patch has killed the game. It'd be good for YouTube views, and it doesn't actually have to do with anything about what I'm saying either, right? I don't have to agree with that statement. Just put it in the title. Samson, why are you coming over here to puke on my stuff? Just post it, you know? But the not so good element of that is people don't even watch the videos, and they will just read the thumbnail and be like, hey bro, I heard Diablo 4 was dying. So yeah, you actually do contribute to the overall negativity unnecessarily and untruthfully to the situation. And I'm not really interested in doing that. But yeah, it would be better for getting more views, that's for sure. They're killing the game. You know, that kind of thing. They buffed a lot of barbarian stuff. I don't really see any nerfs to barbarian. Maybe the vulnerable thing, hamstring, and the cut to the bone. Those are the only nerfs. Everything else is a buff. They fixed a couple bugs. They fixed the stun, like skull splitter, skull breaker thing, but with anemia. They fixed that, which I definitely noticed that was pretty cool. And they fixed the Hoda bug. Crit damage vulnerable got hit, yeah. We'll get to that. I'm not worried about that. Crit damage is already nerfed in PvP anyway, so I don't care. I'm at the true endgame, bro. The true Giga Chad endgame of PvP. Before we look at all of these that I don't really care about, let's look at this. So Aspect of Disobedience, maximum stacks reduced from 10 to 60. Reducing the maximum bonus armor from 25 to 50 to 50 to 30, okay. Aspect of Retribution's bonus damage to the stunned enemies went down, which that didn't even work in the first place. Unstoppable, or Exploder's Aspect bonus damage got reduced, which that didn't even work anyway. So did they nerf it and fix it? Because if they nerfed it and fixed it, it's still a buff. Because it didn't even work before. So that Aspect is whatever, that's some mage crap, I bet. Yeah. So Butcher's Cleaver slow increased? Yes, that's a buff to my PvP builds right there, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So increased bonus to drop ancestral and sacred items in Nightmare Dungeons got buffed. So Nightmare Dungeons got buffed in the loot. I removed 20% chance to drop an extra equipment item from elite monsters outside of Nightmare Dungeons and Helltide. Okay. Whatever. No, you're not farming open world anyway, really. And the loot's not usually that good. Increased the chance to drop an extra equipment item from elite monsters in Nightmare Dungeons and Helltides by 10%. Buffs. Nightmare Dungeons now have 50% chance to drop a second legendary item upon completion. And Nightmare Dungeons now give 3 rare items upon completion up from 1. Those are huge loot buffs for Nightmare Dungeons. That's big. That's big. The defensive stuff, now my armor is no longer capped just from my strength that I have. So that's something that kind of changes the way PvP works. I'm not as buff in PvP now, but whatever. Increased monster HP scaling from 85% to 100% per bonus player. Wow, okay. Just the scaling of Greed Shrine to improve its effectiveness throughout the game. Cool. World bosses now drop potions more often. Like healing potions or like special buff potions? There is no longer limit to how many materials you can refine into higher materials at once. Okay. So many affixes are too efficient and are outshining alternatives. We're looking to refine the outliers, improve the number of meaningful choices in competitive slots, and increase the overall flexibility of items. We know these changes will reduce the amount of possible power a character can possess, so we'll be monitoring how these changes affect players' ability to conquer expected milestones throughout the season. I mean, I know everybody just wants to have an OP character that just one-shots everything instantly. It is a little bit more fun to have the game be able to fight back. To actually have a challenge present, so it's kind of fun. Getting your character to the point where they can run through and one-shot everything, eventually, when you've really grinded and min-maxed your character, is fun, but then what? Right? Then what? So, I don't know. We shouldn't have to re-gear? What's a new season, brother? Alright, what are you mad about? The fact that you have to make another character in the new season? I don't know. I think if you're just sitting around playing on Eternal Realms and your character feels weaker than it used to, I feel like you probably should just play the new season and give it a try. Right? No, I know what you're talking about. Your characters on Eternal Realms are now weaker, right? So you could continue to play your character on Eternal Realm and be like, oh, I'm not as strong as I used to be. Or you could wait like 2 days and then start a new character in the season and then see what they have in mind. That's, I think, what I'm going to do. But we'll see. Okay, we're increasing the availability of the affixes below to make them easier to include in different builds. So control, impaired, duration, reduction can now appear on pants. Barrier generation can now appear for all classes. Okay. Lucky hit chance. Oh, there's a new one. I never had that before. Lucky hit chance when you have a barrier. Okay. I don't think I want that. Mastery skill damage can now appear on Sork stuff. And resist all can now appear on shields. It doesn't really change me too much. The core stats of weapons has been overperforming. Right, so I noticed that immediately. It's 50% stronger when on weapons, but it's 25% stronger. Wait, okay. It's 25% stronger on one weapons. Okay, so I'm noticing that immediately because my barbarian lost about 800 armor. So that drops me out of PvP armor cap, which I don't love that, but again, it's like 2 days before the new patch, so whatever. Cooldown reduction affixes have often felt mandatory due to their raw power. We imagine cooldown reduction will remain a highly desirable stat, but the penalty for not prioritizing it won't be as harsh. Okay, that's a really weird way to say it. The penalty for not prioritizing it won't be as harsh. It's nerfed by 30%, by the way. That's funny. Now, listen. You're not going to feel as bad about not stacking it. So here you go. No, what it is you're going to still have to stack it. It's just going to be worse. That's a funny way to say that. No. You're actually 100% still having to stack CDR. It's just worse. The way they put it is funny though. It's still really good, but you won't feel as bad if you don't stack it. That's funny. No, now you just need max rolls. You always needed max rolls. Always need max rolls. That was funny. So CDR got nerfed, imbuement, CDR got nerfed, trap skill cooldown got nerfed. Okay. So we're seeing critical strike damage and vulnerable damage often viewed as a hard requirement for a build success. Correct. We believe this is a step allowing for more builds to flourish, and we'll continue making changes as part of this goal. It is really funny how they're putting this. Like, we understand that this is mandatory for all builds, so we're nerfing it. In actuality, it's still mandatory. It's just worse. They did that for CDR incur. That's a funny way of putting these things. That's funny. I don't really. So the thing is, crit damage doesn't really matter to me in PvP because it's already capped anyway. Vulnerable damage reduced by about 40%. That's huge. That's big. But again, there may be some kind of vulnerability weirdness in PvP too. We'll see. The nerf to vuln and crit damage will impact underperforming builds as well. Yeah, they're just gonna be worse. But no, you know what? It's probably fine for PvP. They're not gonna say it, but Diablo 4 is a PvP game. They're trying to hide it by like not putting a lot of PvP endgame content in the game yet, because they don't want to scare away all the casuals. But just wait, just wait. They're actually setting everything up for a new the PvP endgame. You got to get your CDR by killing other players, and crit damage and vulnerability already are nerfed, and vulnerability might be weird in PvP as it is. So I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Disparities in inherent affixes can rule some weapons out, correct, before the rest of their stats are even rolled. These are receiving harsher reductions than normal affix counterparts, right? So they're nerfing swords, yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Nerfing swords just works into my not hitting crit cap. It's fine. Just use axes anyway for healthy damage. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. They watched my Hoda stream and changed the overarching game meta to PvP. They did. They did. They're not saying it, but this is how it works for sure. So they nerf crit damage on swords. Gotcha. Damage bonus to crowd controlled enemies was overperforming relative to the ease of activating it versus stricter crowd controlled specific types. Right. So slowed in like freeze, I guess. Yeah. So nothing's ever really CC'd in PvP anyway that much, so I don't really stat for that. But damage to crowd controlled enemies got reduced. That's fine. We have seen that skillful players are frequently slaughtering monsters many levels above their own. We want to support this, but the current situation is beyond what we believe is correct for the long-term health of the game. To chase this goal, we're shifting power to many offensive aspects from defensive aspects, or affixes. We know this will make our in-game content more deadly. So affixes are different than aspects. Particularly for those chasing our pinnacle boss. An encounter not meant for the faint of heart. Overcoming the pinnacle boss will take every ounce of grit you can muster and all tools at your disposal. We will continue to evaluate feedback from the community and make changes. Look at all this nerf. Holy moly. Holy crap. Wowza. Alright, well the season of the Malignant, I mean, it might be a little tougher this time around. That'd be fun. That'll be cool. So physical, fire, cold, lightning, poison, everything got nerfed by 25% there. Bleed got nerfed by 40%. All the overtimes got nerfed by 40%. Two-handed weapons got nerfed. Dual wield got nerfed. I mean, just basically just everything got nerfed by like 20 to 40%, basically. The numbers in particular don't really matter. Everything got nerfed by about a third to a quarter. Interesting. All right. Okay. Is that all of them? We could look at the other classes too. Oh, wait a second. Sorry. You're absolutely right. It says increased. It got buffed by everything. Okay. So, I guess this kind of helps. Yeah, I completely misread. Again, sorry. Today was leg day, and I'm 11 weeks out from my next bodybuilding show, so I'm like mentally like blasted. So sorry, take it back. It's a buff to damage. So yeah. So they nerfed crit damage, and they nerfed vulnerability, but they buffed all the other sort of non-conditional damage, right? So when things are CC'd, sorry, I was just reading all these nerfs, so I just didn't do it. So when you crit, you don't do as much damage. When things are vulnerable, you don't do as much damage. When things are CC'd, you don't do as much damage, but you do more damage, like just baseline. So yeah, my bad, misspoke. Yeah, misspoke. Yeah. Have people been playing? It's super noticeable. I bet if you logged in and played, it would still feel fine. Almost always, looking at numbers, looking at nerfs, looks worse than it actually plays out. Right, so more damage baseline, less damage conditionally. Yeah. The meta builds are still meta builds, just worse. They didn't buff us enough to... Yeah, but I feel like it will feel weird to play your character that you've been playing in Eternal Realms. I feel like it won't feel as weird to just start a new season with all these changes and see how it goes. Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah. I think it's going to be more fun to just make a new character in the new season and play all this stuff, right? Yeah. I think so. Okay, so a bunch of different sources of damage are getting buffed, including bleed. They're trying to bring me back to Ren Barb, bro. Ren Flay Rupture, it's gonna be so interesting. It would be pretty good, I bet. I think I'm still gonna play Hoda for PvP though. I think I played a lot of Ren in PvP and liked it, but I might still play Hoda. If it's really not very good while I'm leveling, maybe I'll play Ren again. Ren was good. It was just kind of annoying because it took a long time to kill stuff. Double swing, I think, is secret OP. I do. The only problem with double swing is you have to rely on stunning things in PvP, right? Oh, it's probably dead, 60% nerf. Where are you seeing a 60% nerf? Like, where are you adding that up? Like, was there some discussion of core damage and... I can't imagine Hoda being dead for PvP. You just might not one-tap people as much. Do you guys care about the druid stuff and like rogue stuff? Just to see it, just to look at it. None of this stuff really like. None of this stuff really like means much to me. You know. I'm gonna test it to find out now. Yeah, but the thing about it is, like, of course my character is gonna feel worse because, like, they adjusted like stuff, right? So the Eternal Realm characters are gonna feel worse overall, but I think it'll feel good to level a new character and like, because then the game is just like fresh and different, just new. If you aren't one-shotting 97 times in the lobby, then it's nerfed for sure. But yeah, what if we still do though? What if we still do? My armor's nerfed though, so I will take more damage now too. Anyway. Druid stuff is taking place. What about Rogue? They nerf Rogue at all? Oh, they buffed Rogue. What the? Huh? That's really scary. Like, I'm seeing a lot of buffs to Rogue right now. This is making me scared. Heroic Dolph nerfs? Alright. Twisting Blades Rogues, man. You're gonna wish you had Hoda Barbs back, let me tell you. You're gonna wish the Hoda Barbs could be here and regulate these rogues for you. You asked for this. Remember that. You asked for this. Alright, whatever. Different class have different stuff. It is what it is. Nobody cares. Barbarian for life. I'll show it though. Rogue didn't hit hard? Yeah. They buffed their poisons. Oof. Now we'll just play in the new season. It'll be fine. Honestly, like Rend, Double Swing, both look cool. They fixed the Hoda bug, and reducing core damage I guess affects Hoda, but the thing is, a lot of this stuff doesn't really affect PvP that much. You know, they look at Sork, or don't even look at Sork. This Nerf City. There's something that said increased. Oh, reduced. Were Sorks like broken in PvE or something? Sorks had some cool builds, but I was never really that scared of him in PvP. Yeah, they have some good options. I think, I mean, guys, remember the season's gonna be like 3 months long. So, you're probably gonna be able to play a lot of different builds. I'm just gonna start off playing Hoda. See how it goes. But yeah, I'm being forced to keep a positive attitude. Yeah, no. I think that having fun and having a good attitude is generally more fun than being fussy and whiny and being sad all the time. It's, I mean, it's a video game, man. It's like just fun to log into and mess around. No. Being bent over is fun. Oh, come on, man. Come on. If, like, it's a video game. It's a PvE video game. You're a Sork main? Yeah, of course you're a Sork main talking like that about getting nerfed in a video game. Of course you are. Barbarian's like, yeah, fuck it. Just take it, just take it to the chest. Fuck it. Play Hoda anyway. Be fine. See PvP now? I will. I will indeed. Alright, well, those are the patch notes. That's cool. Good stuff. Oh well. Just tank it. Okay, so what's going on with the season of the Malignant? I haven't even really looked at this stuff yet. Just carry on moving. Yeah, just tank it, man. Just tank it. Yeah, dude, the Ren stuff looks crazy. Yeah. The Ren stuff's crazy. We'll see. Alright. Yeah, we'll have to find out, huh, Sleek? To find out. Alright, so... investigate the Malignants with Cormund in a new quest. A deviant form of Lilith's sinister machinations has given birth to a new threat. Malignant monsters. These decaying abominations roam Sanctuary in a frenzy, mindlessly attacking anyone in range. Distraught and in panic at the Church of Light's guidance, the denizens of Sanctuary have turned to a new source for hope. Me. Wanderers will investigate this mysterious malady in a new quest line with the help of Cormund, a former priest of the Cathedral of Light, who trains you to capture the malignant hearts, fueling these foul beasts, and convert them into build-altering powers. Okay. The malignancy that's taken hold cannot remain unchecked. So this is another thing to keep in mind. Season mechanics always introduce power creep, so if you feel like you got nerfed, you may also get some gains from the malignant stuff. Okay, keep that in mind. The malignancy that's taken hold cannot remain unchecked. You must snuff it out at the source before all of Sanctuary becomes subject to its corruption. To embark on the new Burning from Within questline, You'll need to have already completed the campaign on Eternal Realm, or do so during the season on a seasonal realm with at least one character. Once you're ready to take on Sanctuary's newest threat, head over to Kyovashad to begin your journey with Cormond. Okay, so here we go. To fight back against the relentless animosity of malignant monsters, you'll need to turn their hearts against them. Okay. Okay. Slaying partly corrupted enemies, a type of malignant monster, will drop a malignant heart. These can be captured by performing a ritual in the Cage of Binding. An item acquired during the season's questline. Okay. Partly corrupted enemies are an unruly sort and won't go down easily. Oh yeah, they will. Trying to capture the heart will cause the partly corrupted enemy to be reborn as a fully corrupted enemy. Oh snap. If defeated, these amalgamations of rot will drop a version of the malignant heart that can be placed into a special malignant sockets in your jewelry in the place of a normal gem. Okay. So instead of a normal gem? Okay. So don't worry, guys. There's a heart for every type of wanderer. This season introduces 32 malignant hearts that provide build-altering bonuses. The hearts are broken into 4 categories, each with a corresponding color and unique keyword. Vicious will be orange or offensive. Brutal will be blue defensive. Devious will be pink in utility. And wrathful will be black and super. Oh my gosh. Super. Defeated malignant monsters will drop a heart that corresponds to the monster's color. The colors of each heart also correspond to special malignant sockets, which will replace the normal sockets of jewelry you acquire for the duration of the season. Okay, so there's no jewelry sockets. Okay. Wrathful hearts are special due to their rarity and can be placed in any socket. Interesting. Okay. Wrathful hearts are special. Okay. As you roam Sanctuary in search of malignant monsters to dispatch, keep an eye out for the ones that match the color of the sockets you're looking to fill. Okay. So how many can you have at one time? Feels PoE-ish? Oh yeah, for sure, right? For sure. The PoE is like, you know, leading the charge in terms of innovation of the action RPG genre. But it also maybe feels a little bit like Diablo Immortal with their gems too, maybe? Maybe? So maybe not only PoE, right? Legendary gems from D3, yep. That sort of thing. But yeah, could remind you, I mean, if you've been playing PoE, then, you know, might look familiar. Okay, so creating and salvaging malignant hearts. Is there anything different? No, it just drops from various monsters. Okay, cool. So creating and salvaging malignant hearts. As you encounter more menacing malignant creatures, so too will the strength of their malignant hearts grow. Any heart that you don't wish to keep can be salvaged at his wagon for a corresponding color. So I've heard this pronounced Ichor and Ichor. I think it sounds Ichor because it's like icky, like a ugh, slime. Ichor is a resource that allows for the creation and upgrade of malignant hearts that can also be harvested from lesser malignant monsters. Salvaging each vicious, brutal, and devious heart will provide you with like 5 to 15 juice, with wrathful hearts providing 2 to 5 juice of all other heart types. Oh, okay. So you got heart juice. Creating a random heart of a specific type will cost 35 juice of the other 2 primary colored hearts. Okay. For example, if you want to craft a vicious heart, you would need 35 brutal and devious Ichor. Okay. In return, you would receive a random vicious heart that scales the level of your character. The random heart you create will always either be for your specific class or class agnostic. Okay. So these things just like out in the world, just roaming around. Will they be in dungeons, you think, too? Kind of cool. Each of the 32 malignant hearts pack a punch with the bonus they provide you. Wielding the very core of the rot-infused husks you've slain across Sanctuary is essential to bring about safety. Below, you'll find a full list of each malignant heart broken down by class. Oh, here we go. For our example, the stats you see reflect what level 20 character will receive as a drop. As your seasonal character grows in level, so too will the power of the malignant hearts that drop from them. Unless specified, the heart can be acquired by playing any world tier in the seasonal realm. Okay. Wow. Makito, big flex for you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Pee-wee's like doing their announcements too. Yeah, for sure. For sure. The Picana. Okay, so here we go. Here's the hearts. This will be fun. So let's not be so sad. Diablo 4 is dead. They nerfed my character. They killed the game just yet. Okay. Let's have a look. All is not lost, my friends. This could be cool. The Picana. Vicious. Offensive. Critical strikes critical strikes electrically charge the enemy for a duration of time, causing a lightning to arc between them and any other charged enemies. Okay. Be kind of fun. So that's like AoE, right? You do a big AoE, it crits, it electrically charges mobs, they all like electrically charge each other. Zapping everything. That could be kind of crazy with Hoda. Big old Thor's hammer. All over the place. That could be cool. The Dark Dance. Offensive World Tier 3 plus, I would imagine. Every 5 seconds while above 60% life. Core skills cost life instead of your resource. And skills that consume life deal more damage. Okay. It's kind of cool. Do we really need to see this in patch notes? Fix an issue where Mashif's camel made no noises? Yes. People will be like, I cannot believe Blizzard is making undocumented changes to their game. We as the players deserve to know. They're trying to sneak this stuff in on us like we're stupid or something. Blizzard at it again. I can't believe it. I promise. People will say this kind of stuff, dude. You cannot make this stuff up. People will look for any excuse to just be whiny and negative about anything. So yes, they must document that Meshif's camel now makes noise, or people will freak out about it. Well, it wasn't just the camel, was it? It was the other camel, too. They're really dropping the ball. Interns working at Blizzard. Can't believe it. Billion-dollar company. They can't make a camel make their camel noise properly. Unbelievable. Game's dead. Yeah, like, exactly. People will freak out about that kind of stuff. YouTube is full in the last 2 hours? Oh, I bet. I bet. It just is what it is. Just is truly what it is. Tempting Fate. Offense World Tier 3, you gain a bunch of critical strike damage, but your non-critical strikes deal less damage. Okay, so you probably don't want to put that on until you have lots of crit chance. Sounds kind of cool, though. You're only critting really hard. Interesting. Interesting. You can now reset the dungeon with the button? That's cool. That's nice. They had that before, and they took it away, and then they put it back in, so. Good to know. The Lionheart. Brutal defensive. So you gain 10% barrier generation, and you heal while you have an active barrier. So that's like Temerity Express right there, isn't it? Revenge, another defensive one in World Tier 3. So a percentage of incoming damage is instead suppressed. When you use a defensive, subterfuge, or macabre skill, all suppressed damage is amplified by 250% and explodes. Lordy. Okay. So you just suppress the damage. So what does suppress mean? Like it just gets absorbed? And then so you press Iron Skin and it explodes. That's pretty cool. You go and tank a bunch of damage from monsters and you run up on somebody and just press Iron Skin Hoda. Good day! Explode. Sounds cool. So you take less damage and you get to trigger an explosion. That sounds awesome. Prudent Heart. You become immune for a certain amount of time after you lose more than 20% of your life in a single hit. Oh no. This effect can only occur once every 110. I mean, that's like a PvP thing for sure. You just become immune. Like a Hoda Barb hits you, you're immediately immune. A rogue puts their big dots on you, you're immediately immune. 20% damage reduction on gem is wildly strong. It is. It is. Yeah. That's insane. This is why they gotta adjust stuff, man, so they can do power creep like this. Oh. Ren stonks, they never become immune, bro. They just bleed. Oh, that's right, because rogue poisons won't do 20% of your life in a single hit. Yeah. You are losing a lot of armor, you know. Uh-huh. get the heart, then have bubble. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Determination. Just want to make sure it's on the screen. Resource draining effects are less effective. That's mostly just against the dungeon thing. Does any player effects drain resources? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But you do gain up to 8% increased resource generation, which is nice, I guess, but probably not gonna use that one. So, retaliation. So you deal fire damage to surrounding enemies whenever a crowd control effect is removed from you. Probably still would be going with the other one just for the resource generation, but I mean, like, whenever you break a CC, doing a big fire AoE could be kind of cool in PvP. Ah, no, here it is. Here it is. This is the one. After spending a certain amount of your primary resource, your next attack stuns enemies. Hit for 2 seconds. Okay, that's the one. There's your utility gem right there. Holy crap. Okay, so I think what we're doing as barbarian. So do you think you're gonna use like one of each? You're absolutely using the 20% damage reduction one. You might, if you're using like one of each, probably gonna use the life to do more damage one. Probably gonna use the damage suppress one, and you're gonna use the stun one if you're using one of each. I don't know if it works like that. You probably can do whatever you want. We'll see. Okay, now you have the super ones. Oh, well, here we go. The Malignant Pact. Oh, but then you have barbarian ones too. Holy crap. I think I'm just on news.blizzard.com is where I'm on right now. Yeah. Okay. So you cycle through a malignant bonus every 20 kills. Oh. That's kind of cool, actually. Holy crap. So you gain 20% attack speed, which is nice. Core and basic skills have a 15% chance to fully restore your primary resource. That one's insane. Remember, out in the world, in the PvP zone, you're just killing a bunch of stuff all the time. Or not, right? Or not. Every 21 seconds, you gain a barrier absorbing damage. Whatever. That's not amazing, but it's not the worst. Creeping Death. Your damage over time effects are increased by 30 to 40% for each different crowd control effect on the target. Unstoppable monsters and staggered bosses. Does that count on players? Your damage over time effects are increased by 40%. So if you're slowing somebody and then you stun them with like a random anemia stun, and then you proc a fear on them, they're taking 120% more bleed damage. And then if they decide to make the main mistake and go unstoppable, it's like, that's fine. Here's 130% increased bleed damage. Dude, maybe we're going back to Rend, baby. Maybe we're going back to Rend. That sounds crazy. And then the Barber. Critical strikes and all subsequent damage within a certain amount of time is absorbed by your target. Then, the absorbed damage erupts onto surrounding enemies. Stored damage is increased by 10% or 10% per second. So whenever you crit, it absorbs damage and then it explodes. That's kind of crazy too. It is a super though. It is a super. And it sounds super awesome. Okay, so here are the barbarian ones. Specifically. So so Focus Rage is the offensive one. After spending a certain amount of fury within 2 seconds, which is like all the time, your next non-basic skills critical strike chance is now increased, so you're just like bat bat boom. Okay. Crit is nice in PvP, but not as amazing as, you know, sometimes. While below life, you receive more healing from all sources. Okay. Okay. Your skills have a percent chance to knock down all enemies. What the heck? Your skills have a chance to knock down all enemies for 1.25 seconds when that skill's attack speed is higher than 20%? Huh? Like, that happens all the time with the aspect. You put accelerating on your Hoda and it just spam knocks them down? What? That would be so funny. You, like, what? Am I understanding that correctly? That sounds insane. That sounds like just perma-stunning everything with accelerating Hoda. What the heck? Oh my god. Okay, and then here's your super. Ignoring pain. Incoming damage has a % chance of being ignored and healing you instead. Oh my god. That sounds awesome. That sounds funny. Because you're already gonna be building tanky, and so instead you just like the attack whiffs and heals you. And the heal is a flat amount, so it's not like you get healed off the damage. It's like a rogue's like and like doing little BB damage to you, and then it misses and it heals you instead. That's hilarious. I would imagine it would be a hit, but maybe maybe ticks can be ignored too, which would be hilarious. That's awesome. Okay. So, we have some very good options. So, Ren would be using Creeping Death. I think Hoda's gonna be using Ignoring Pain. Oh my gosh! Whew. I just don't know. I don't know how many gems you can use. I haven't played the new patch yet. I'd imagine you're gonna feel weaker. Judging by what we were just reading, probably gonna feel weaker. But whether you feel weaker in the actual patch compared to everybody else in PvP, I don't know. We'll see. Ignoring Pain sounds insane. Can you just use all supers? Or can you have to use like one of each? That seems kind of insane. Anyway, we can look at the Druid ones. Just so we know what we're up against. So Druid has Moon Rage. Kills have a 5% chance to summon a wolf companion. Okay. And in addition, you gain +3 to wolf, so that's the Druid summoner build. Unique equipped? Okay. Well, yeah, you can't wear multiple like of the same gem, but could I wear like how do you plan it out? Can you just wear 3 supers? Because you can wear 3 of them, right? Or is it 4 total? A necklace, 2 rings. What, is that it? Like 3? Because it goes on your jewelry. So if you can wear 3, is it 3 total? Like no matter like however many you like, however like whatever kind of style you want, right? Whether it's the offensive, defensive, utility, or can you just wear 3 supers, 3 offensive ones, 3 defensive ones? I don't know how that works. That's a question I have though. Okay, so that's like a wolf thing. So when 8 to 13 close enemies? When there are that many close enemies, you just cast the Cyclone Armor? Okay. Up to... what? Up to 50 distant enemies are pulled towards you while you have an ultimate skill active? What? 50? The death stream hurts them at one of each color. So I'm thinking 1 super. So 1 offense, 1 defense, 1 utility, 1 super. Okay. We can kind of plan that out then. Okay. The Unconstrained Beast. When you're hit with a stun, freeze, or knockdown, there's a certain % chance to automatically activate Grizzly Rage. Okay. Those seem okay. Barbarian ones seem pretty good too. I think so. It's absolutely probably the knockdown one for your utility. The critical strike chance one for barbarians, okay. This one might be better though. I mean, I guess a guaranteed crit is not bad in PvP, right? Crit damage is reduced, but it's still not bad. Extra healing when you're low is okay too. I think I'd rather have the absorb one. Right? I'd rather have revenge. And then for the super, or sorry, for the utility, the utility one is almost absolutely that knockdown thing. That's hilarious. And then the super, if you're playing Rend, you play Creeping Death. If you're playing Hoda, you might play the absorb. The Ignoring Pain, maybe. 50% chance is not like amazing. I'd rather play something more reliable. Like the Malignant Pact could be pretty good. That could be pretty good. Fully restoring your resource with Hoda and like just blasting people with like full stacked Hoda, like extending the duration of like how long you can just slam for full damage is probably pretty good too. But for PvP, you might just want to go defense all the time. Okay, Necromancer, when they have corpses, okay, whatever. Walking near a corpse automatically activates the equipped corpse skill every second. Okay, so you just automatically raise or explode corpses, I guess. Decrepit Aura. When at least 5 enemies are near you, you gain an aura that automatically curses surrounding enemies with Decrepify. Okay. Frozen Terror. Chance of inflicting fear. Wait, what? Oh, unlucky hit. Chance of fear. Oh, okay. Feared enemies are chilled. Okay. The Great Feast. Each minion drains essence per second, but deals more damage. God, that's a lot of damage. With no minions, this bonus applies to you and drains 5 essence instead. Interesting. Okay. Cluster munitions for rogue. We gotta look out for these rogues, man. I'll tell you what. Unlucky hit. You have a chance to launch 3 stun grenades. Okay. Interesting. That deal damage and stun. When you use a subterfuge skill, you leave behind an unstable shadow decoy that taunts enemies. Okay. I don't think it'll be taunting players. The Clip Shot. Lucky hit has a chance to, for your cutthroat skills, to slow enemies. And your marksman skills knock them back. Okay. The Vile Apothecary, your attacks have a chance to apply all imbuement effects at a percent of their normal potency. That's still kind of crazy, though. Okay. So, Tal Rasha, each unique element you deal damage with, you deal more damage. Okay. Spell Breaking, after taking elemental damage, you gain resistance to that element. Okay, I don't do elemental damage, so we ain't worried about that. When you're afflicted with crowd control effect, there is a chance that the same enemy and enemies around you are also afflicted with the same effect. What the heck? That's so troll. You stun a mage and it just stuns you. It's like, wait, don't do that to me. That's funny. And Omnipower. Core skills that launch a projectile consume all of your mana. For every extra mana that consumed, you launch an additional projectile when the damage is increased. Wow, okay. So like double blast. That's interesting. So there's just more to this too. Okay, that was all the gems and stuff. So seek new power in the Malignant Tunnels. This is gonna be like a special dungeon or something like that. One of the best places to acquire hearts are the new Malignant Tunnels. Highly replayable dungeons teeming with fearsome foes to eradicate. While inside, you need to risk life and limb to defeat feral malignant monsters while navigating this dank system of tunnels. It's dank, bro. Quit biting my phone, boy. Get in your bed. In total, there are 6 dungeons spread across Sanctuary that make up the Malignant Tunnel system. After putting mobs of malignant monsters down, you'll come across 2 outgrowths. One will always be wrathful, and the other will be a different heart type, depending on the dungeon. Okay. Using malignant invokers, a special item crafted at Corman's Wagon, players can interact with outgrowths of the same type, causing them to summon a fully corrupted enemy. If you overcome the summoned foe, you'll receive a malignant heart that matches the monster's type. Okay, so let's figure that out. Using malignant invokers, a special item crafted at his wagon, players can interact with outgrowths of the same type. So you try to make a bunch of different types of malignant invokers, and then make sure you use the right one. Okay. Varshan the Consumed. Ooh. Rooting out the source of malignant monsters with Cormand will see you going toe-to-toe against Varshan the Consumed, the newest boss battle. Is he like a pinnacle boss? Like, is he like a big boy? That's how it is in PoE, right? You have like special content, and then you do the big boss. Varshan weaponizes his hatred in the form of malicious blasts, hurls globs of corruption, probably at far enemies, and stabs and swipes with his meaty tendrils to eviscerate in the hardiest of wanderers. Okay. So I would imagine that's going to be a pretty tough boss, right? Why do they change the capstone dungeon? You can no longer carry friends through dungeons to unlock new tiers for boosting friends in hardcore. I guess that you just answered the same question. I guess you just, answered your own question, right? Because they want people to have to clear the content, not just to get boosted through it, right? I guess that's the idea, right? New Ultra Boss? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. So we already know how seasonal characters work, right? We can look at it. With the season of the Malignant beginning in July 20th, probably don't know everything. We wanted to take a moment to equip you with everything you need to know about the seasons. To participate in seasons, a new character must be made in the seasonal realm. You do not need to purchase a battle pass or any add-ons to play the seasonal content, but you must have completed the campaign on either the eternal or seasonal realm with at least one character. Okay. Once you have completed the campaign, any seasonal character will start the game with... You can skip the campaign, you have a mount. All your Liliths are found, and the renown gained is part of that. Any previously discovered areas of the map are revealed and the corresponding renown for them. Okay, cool. Once the season has ended, the character you made and its progress will be transferred to the Eternal Realm. All items you collected, including your seasonal stash, will be transferred to... How do you deal with the stash? You can only move it in, I guess, like usual. You can take this character into Sanctuary whenever you please, but the season-specific features, such as Malignant Hearts, will no longer be accessible. Starting on July 18th, we strongly recommend that you log into D4 with your most progressed Eternal Realm character. We did that. We'll do it. We'll play some more in a second. Doing so ensures the progress you made in the campaign and the discovering the map, unlocking Altars of Lilith carries over. Gotcha. Then they had to explain why we did seasons because people were like, I don't want to level again. Well, All right. Talk about the boosting thing. Well, I mean, it isn't like, I don't know. I don't play a lot of hardcore, so maybe like boosting your friends through is like a huge part of that, but I don't know. They also made it so you couldn't boost Lilith. Are you mad about that one? That doesn't make sense. That one probably shouldn't be too much of a fuss, right? Only people who get mad about that are probably the ones who are making all that gold off of it. So seasons provide us with an opportunity to introduce innovative gameplay mechanics into Sanctuary for limited time, right? Because seasons reset, we can create crazy, fun season themes without needing to worry about balancing it with the mechanics introduced in the past or future seasons. Right. We start from a strong Eternal Realm baseline and build on top of it. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can do crazy stuff. Not a huge deal if it doesn't stick around forever. It's kind of like Corruption. That's one of my favorite patches ever in WoW, was the Corruption patch. Seasons are also a place for players to explore and tinker. We encourage you to try a new class, different builds. For a class you've grown fond of, our seasons are a chance to get creative. Right. I'm just going to play Barbarian again. Additionally, seasons present an equal playing field. Our seasons are designed for new characters to conquer the nightmarish challenges brought on by season's theme and to progress through seasonal journey together. Great. So, Battle Pass, huh? Yeah, I haven't really looked into the Battle Pass too much. I guess it's good to learn. As you hunt down malignant monsters for their build-enhancing hearts and partner with Corman to discover the source of the corruption, you'll earn rewards from the Season Journey and Battle Pass. Okay. The season journey is broken into chapters with tasks to complete. As you progress through the journey, you'll earn rewards befitting Sanctuary's defenders, such as new legendary aspects, a mastery title, and a scroll of amnesia to respec, right? Is it true this patch is horrible? No, that's just what you should say to get most views on YouTube. Yeah. That's the strat. So the changes went live today with the patch. The season starts on the 20th. Patch today, season in 2 days. Which provides a free skill tree and Paragon board reset. The journey also yields favor, the resource used to climb through the battle pass's tiers, which is earned naturally by playing the game as well. Gotcha. Okay. The season of the Malignant Battle Pass begins July 20th, 10 a.m. Hosts 90 tiers consisting of 27 free tiers and 63 premium tiers. Smoldering ashes are earned from the free tiers, which can be spent on season's blessings that provide you with a bonus to earning experience, gold, or obol, depending on the blessing you choose. The bonuses gained from the season's blessing only last till the season of Malignant ends. Okay, but you get it the whole time. That's cool. If you get the premium pass, not only will the rewards for the free tiers be yours to wield as you choose, but awoken armor sets, mount and armor, platinum, and more await you. Okay, so platinum is probably like buying stuff off the market, like more transmogs. All cosmetics in the battle pass are class agnostic, giving you additional ways to showcase the fantasy of all your characters. The premium and accelerated battle passes do not contain any rewards that grant bonuses to power. Right, that's good. If you purchase the digital deluxe or ultimate edition of Diablo 4 and want to redeem your battle pass for this season, navigate to the seasons section at the top of the shop and select the option to activate the battle pass. I'll probably do that. Players have the option to skip tiers by spending platinum. No. At the cost of 200 platinum per tier skip. No. Keep in mind that your tier skip might unlock a tier that rewards smoldering ashes, but you must meet certain character level requirements to claim. Okay. And then they have new transmog. Okay. Cool. Made it through all that stuff. I'm being a good boy. Looking over notes and stuff. This is good. This is good. I usually just look up YouTube, Blacko. I do. But of course we have to title the video, Diablo 4 is dead, a new patch ruins the game, question mark, exclamation point. Even though it obviously does not. Definitely tuning down some stuff to make room for some big gains. And addressing some of the stuff that they wanted the game to be different with, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I bet your Eternal Realm characters will feel weaker as a result, but be alright.